Hey, what's going on, friend? Today's topic of discussion is as follows. 3 secrets to help you get those negative items off your credit report. So before we get started, before we go any further, I want you to take a look at this image. Now in this image, this is a copy of my credit report in which I've taken a look at in March 2018. So as you can see under the name, you might see my personal name, but you also see someone else's name. Paul Herrera. Who the heck is Paul Herrera? I have no clue who this gentleman is, but for some odd reason, this guy's name shows up on my credit report. Now, what if his name just shows up, but what if his negative account activity also shows up on my credit report? If you're unaware, I'm a full-time real estate investor. Now, as a real estate investor, if I want to close on a mortgage in which they take a look at my personal credit, and Paul Herrera's negative account activity is showing up on my credit report, that could potentially hinder me from moving forward with getting qualified for a mortgage. So if I don't get qualified without mortgage, there's no cash flowing rental properties to feed my living expenses. And I want my living expenses to grow. I want to be able to take vacation, drive a nice ride, but all that won't be possible because of this guy's negative account history showing up on my good credit report. So first things first, you got to take a look at your credit report. There's a thing called a credit monitoring service, a service which monitors your credit on a monthly basis. Now, I highly recommend you do a monthly because just like me, if you don't check your credit monthly, who knows what's on there? And guess what? Credit bureaus make mistakes. Unfortunately, they report negative as well as inaccurate information on your credit report, which can be detrimental for you to obtain the financing that you need as well as want. So it's important for you to view your credit report on a monthly basis using our preferred credit monitoring services. There's many others out there. You heard of the Credit Karmas, or your bank might provide one, annualcreditreport.com. What's the problem with all those? Well, for one, annual credit report is annual. You want to see it monthly. For 2, Credit Karma is free, but they don't provide an accurate depiction of your FICO score. So we highly recommend one credit monitoring service. Just check the link below to learn more. But let's get into it. After you take a look at your credit report and you order it, you have that fresh copy, you see all the activity on your credit report. We as a credit repair company at 100% Finance, we're very strategic in getting those negative as well as inaccurate items off your credit report. Now this is legal, guys. According to the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have every right to dispute negative and inaccurate information on your credit report. As long as you know how to cater those dispute letters with the right language, that can be highly effective in getting your FICO score up, because you want that thing to go all the way up, don't you? So these are the 3 secrets I have to offer you. The first secret, as you see from my case, you have to update name variations. So we have a step-by-step system in which we'll provide to you to show you how to update your name variations. So that way, if there's any name variation that is associated with a negative account, if you dispute or remove that name variation, it makes it so much easier to get that negative item associated with that name variation off your credit report. For example, my full name is Juan Pablo Herrera Gato IV. Extremely long. So occasionally, lenders and creditors, they tend to provide me, right, with different name variations. They might say Juan P. Herrera, or just Juan Pablo, or Juan Pablo Gato, many different name variations. But let's say Juan Pablo Gato was associated with a negative account on my personal credit report. To be strategic, I would dispute Juan Pablo Gato so that it will increase my chances of disputing that negative item that's on my credit report. So that's what we have to offer. Remove those bad names or name variations that are associated with bad accounts. Second secret, you want to do the same thing for addresses. So if you have an old address in which you lived in a property a long time ago, but is associated with a negative item on your credit report, then you get the drift, right? You want to dispute that old address because that will increase your chances, the likelihood of getting that negative item removed off of your credit report, simply because you were smart, you understood the loophole and disputed name variations and or addresses. Now, this is the third secret. Opting out of the credit bureaus. If you're unaware of this, the credit bureaus are for-profit companies. They're not governmental agencies. They're not nonprofits. In fact, They love to have as much information on you as possible. Why? Because if you have a low FICO score, many negative items on your credit report, a lot of information they have at their disposal, they will sell it for a profit. And guess who they get paid the most by? They get paid the most from companies in which are considered predatory lenders. They realize, this person has a low FICO score, a lot of negative items. You know what? If they need a car, I'm going to send them some mailings in which that individual is a desperate situation because they won't qualify for the best terms. I'll be willing to pay more for the credit bureaus for that information because I know I can make money off this individual by offering them a higher interest rate because they seem higher risk because they have so many negative items and a low FICO score. So the more information the credit bureaus have on you, the worse it off for you. Therefore, the less information they have on you, the better. So they won't be able to sell your information. And it makes it easier to dispute negative items as a result. So I highly encourage you to opt out of the credit bureau so that they won't profit off of you and make money off of you. Again, they make more money by selling your information to predatory lenders offering suicidal interest rates. So if you're interested in getting started, if you're interested in owning your credit report, getting started in credit repair so you can have that pretty credit, that Holly Berry credit looking so pretty, so fine that every lender perceives you as an attractive borrower, then you know what to do. Check the link below. As always, guys, this is to your success. We want you to earn passively and live passionately. Peace.